Ruby and Justin work on the Sea Rose FPSO. They are two of the hundreds of support workers who help maintain energy exploration and production on the east coast of Newfoundland and Labrador. Ruby Marshall works as a steward.
The fun, the camaraderie of all the fellows having jokes and carrying on there. Yeah, we really get to know everybody and know their family, know their kids, and when they're going to have their babies and stuff like that. It's really nice, yeah.
You'll find Justin Meany in the kitchen.
Biggest challenge offshore, I guess, probably would be being away from my family for 6 months a year. Other than that, everything's pretty good.
They both work for the St. John's-based international company, East Coast Catering. The firm is owned by Patrick O'Callaghan.
I ran the Hotel Newfoundland, and I had met many of the big players, particularly Sedco, who was the biggest in the drilling business in the world at that time. And the executive vice president, I still call him O'Connor, his mother was from Dublin, so we got into conversation about Ireland, and he had suggested that I go work for them and get the hell out of the hotel business. No. I was about to start the construction of what you see today as the Sheraton today. I said, no. But 2 years later, he said, if you ever change your mind, call me. So 2.5 years later, I called him, and he had me come down and visit with him in Houston. And I got the first rig off him. That was in 1984. Today, I have everything except Hibernia here, from the long-term point of view. And I operate Sable in Nova Scotia as well.
Keeping people well-fed and well-kept is a complex task. Veteran consultant Dave Keating says it best.
When you work for a drilling contractor like I've done and you manage rigs that are offshore, the offshore rig is actually the flotel or the hotel that hosts all the other contractors. If you have a catering contractor offshore in an isolated environment where people are out there for anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks at a time in confined space, the last thing you want is an unhappy group of people. People get unhappy about the beds not being made right, or they woke up the wrong time, food not being correct. The importance of a catering contractor, you can't stress it enough. I work with catering contractors all over the world, in South America, in Africa, the US, but every culture is a little bit different. And East Coast was very switched on to what was needed in this regulatory environment, in this cultural environment here on the East Coast of Canada.
The day-to-day operations are run by a focused management team.
East Coast Catering caters to remote sites, offshore rigs, mining camps, drilling rigs, all that good stuff. There's hotel-style meals, first class presentation, salad bars, we have good bakers with all the good desserts and variety of things. We also have a healthy eating program going on in all the different rigs, and we have healthy choices for every meal. We're working on 4 different offshore installations here, plus we're feeding also 5 tankers that feed the offshore as well. All our crews are from Newfoundland and Labrador. Well, with our operation is myself, and we have 2 operations coordinators. We have a health and safety manager, and in the operations part itself. And from there, the orders come in each week, and they're broken down, and we place all our orders up at our main supplier, and we have 5 or 6 different suppliers that feed to this main supplier, and from there we load at Cisco in Donovan's, and all our product is coming from the local companies here in the city.
Feeding the people operating off the East Coast takes a lot of food.
We go through a scattered egg buy. We went through about 400,000 eggs last year. About 20,000 litres of milk and 30,000 kilograms of strip loins. So, do the math, it all adds up. Well, it's not exactly like stocking a grocery store, because if you miss the boat 1 week, you can't just dart to the drugstore and pick up what you need to get yourself through. So that's where it gets challenging. The boys are well fed and happy out there because, you know, they're working long 12-hour days, 21 days on, 21 days off. So for those 21 days on, they better be well fed, and the morale's got to be up in that rig. So it's a stressful, challenging, fast-paced job. It's flat out all the time, but yeah, I do enjoy it.
ECC also provides healthy menu options to all the customers they serve.
For each meal, there are 3 choices. 2 big ones, hearty meals, and usually 1 healthy choice outside of the salad bar and the soup. So every day we try to incorporate something that's healthy and good. People are eating a lot healthier. They're a lot more conscious of what they're putting into their bodies. Low sodium meals, low in fat, less ready-made products. Guys are eating, you know, full salad bars, nutritional meals, and punctuated by the occasional jig's dinner and cod tongues for that matter. People are a lot more concerned with their health and well-being right now. It has also been determined that a healthy employee or a health-conscious employee tends to hurt themselves less.
Like all the people working offshore Newfoundland and Labrador, the ECC staff has a focus on safety.
I'm confident that all employees of East Coast Catering take safety as #1 priority. Through daily toolbox meetings, weekly safety meetings, operational site visits by myself and other employees in here, just to make sure that the presence is there, the support is there. I think we're leaders in the industry. Our record proves that. And everybody gets along. This is their family away from home. And they all look out for one another as if they were family.
Patrick O'Callaghan is deservedly very pleased with the success of ECC and the people who work with them.
Newfoundland would be probably around 40% of our business today. We service the oil and gas sector in both British Columbia and Alberta, probably about 10, 15, 20%. And we service mining in Manitoba and Ontario. And of course, Voisey's here in Labrador. So we just picked up 2 more mines, Iron Ore Company of Canada and Labrador Iron Mines, I think it's called, in Shefferville. We've picked all those up this year. They, plus we have Sable Island, or Sable Offshore in Nova Scotia. But, that's outside of the province, and we have a small job in Quebec with a hydro company. We do some servicing with them through a connection we have with the Innu in northeastern Quebec. And on top of that, we have 3 contracts in Ireland. We're all with the government of Ireland, all tendered through the EU, and we've had them for several years. I believe this province right now, for the first time in my 38 years here, is on the beginning to see the light of day. It's contributing to the government of Canada for the first time. Both the offshore oil and gas, mining in particular, and all of its other aspects, fisheries, etc., is on the upward slope and will continue for the next 3 generations. I would see a lot of Newfoundland people coming back to live here. I really think it's a fabulous future for anybody to live here. And it's as good a place as you could ever get in the world to live in. Actually, better than anywhere else in the world to live in. And this is where I've made my home, and this is where I intend to stay.